Hello and welcome to the December edition of the Habitat Home Show. My name is David Mauch and I'm excited that you're joining us today. We've got a really interesting and action-packed show on tap today. We were going to be interviewing one of our Habitat homeowners. His name is Trent. He's been a homeowner with Habitat for Humanity for 15 years, just over 15 years. So we're super excited to have Carl on the show and learn about his experiences both before he purchases Habitat House and what's occurred since he's owned a home with Habitat for Humanity. We also have our traditional Restore segment. We'll give you some great deals and things happening at our community store, the Restore, located in McPherson Town, just north of downtown Dayton. But we're going to start off today with a tremendous interview with one of our favorite homeowners. His name's Trent, and we're just going to hear a little bit about his experiences in partnering with Habitat for Humanity. Welcome, Carl.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you. May I call you Dave?
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you so much for joining us today and for agreeing to appear on the show and share your Habitat story with our viewers in the Dayton area. First off, I really wanted to learn a little bit about you. Can you just tell me a little bit about, did you grow up in Dayton, grow up around here, high school?
Born and raised, Dave.
Okay.
Born and raised. I grew up on the west side of Dayton, and that's where my family was raised. My daughters, I raised them there. As you know, I've been with Habitat for like 15 years or more, and it's been a wonderful experience. It's been a wonderful experience. What can I say?
Tremendous. Well, take us back to that time, over 15 years ago now, when you started the process of partnering with Habitat, maybe the initial conversations or maybe it was paperwork or applying to get involved in our partner family program. Can you tell us a little bit about that experience?
David, believe it or not, my wife actually got us started with Habitat. I didn't even know about Habitat, but it was my wife because we were living in a DMHA home, and we were looking to own a home. And so we started looking for homes, believe it or not. And my wife said, let's try Habitat. And I was like, well, I don't even know what Habitat is, But we looked into it. We went and we applied for an application and everything. The process was really easy, believe it or not, Dave. And it went through it was real smooth, the whole process. We filled out an application, of course, and everything, and they ran a credit check, and Dave, we had to submit our bills and everything like that. I mean, it was wonderful. It was really easy, and man, it just skyrocketed from there. Yeah.
So then, you've applied, and then at some point, Habitat sends you a letter or calls and says you've been accepted into our partner family program.
You know what, Dave? It's really easy to get accepted in the program. You don't have to have a $100,000 job or anything like that. Habitat makes it very affordable for you to join the program, and that's what they did for us. It's very affordable for you, and it was just like that.
Yeah, and just to share a little bit on that point. I'm the Homeowner Services Director at Habitat for Humanity. We're looking to work with people that are ready to take that step into home ownership. As you mentioned, you do have to have some income.
Yes.
But we're not looking to maybe work with people that make too much money where they could easily go apply for a loan at a local bank. But you definitely have to be employed and have some income because so we want to help people that are in a certain range to access the affordability of owning a Habitat home. So just to kind of share a little bit on that point. So now you've been accepted into the Habitat program, and then you start what we call, and just to share with our viewers, the expectations from Habitat for Humanity are that you're going to volunteer, and this is 15 years ago, so I don't know if the numbers are the same, but today it's volunteer a minimum of 275 hours with us. That you're going to attend 6 months worth of educational classes to help prepare you to take that step into home ownership, and that you're going to save some money, which is going to be money that's going to go towards your first year property taxes and homeowners insurance, and that amount is $1,400. So, so you've been accepted, and at this point, then I assume you and your wife started volunteering with the organization.
We volunteered, and what me and my wife done was we drove the truck, the Habitat truck, because what we did was we did pickups, picking up all kinds of contributions and stuff like that,
donations.
furniture and all of that, and it was wonderful. I had never drove a truck before.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. But it was time for me to step out of my comfort zone, so to speak. And me and my wife, we drove all over the city of Dayton.
All right.
And wow, it was wonderful. We met a lot of wonderful people as we volunteered. And mainly I volunteered on the weekends because, I had to work through the week and everything like that. And so it was great. It was really great.
So you're like our Saturday truck driver.
Yeah, and I drove that truck. I enjoyed driving that truck.
All right.
It was wonderful. And like I said, we met a lot of great people. During our whole process, we met a lot of great people with Habitat itself. It was this one young man who was a volunteer. His name was Ben. He helped us with our hours because, like you said, you have to work so many hours or volunteer so many hours to qualify, and he helped a lot. The Habitat family is like a family. It's like a family. And wow, it was just great.
Cool.
It was just great.
So yeah, it sounds like you really enjoyed your volunteer experience.
I loved
with us.
it.
So that's good to hear.
I loved it.
And it's great that you can help us out with something like that with driving a truck. That's pretty. And so you're out. People donate things to us like couches and appliances
all
and things.
kinds of stuff.
So they can call and just a plug for the Restore while we're
Yeah.
out. You
We
call
even bought some furniture.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you can call us and you can schedule pickup with us, and we'll bring the truck out. We have 2 trucks that are on the road almost every day.
Wow.
And we'll pick that merchandise up, bring it back, and then sell it to the public. And the money that we raise goes to help fund our mission and fund homes for great people like Carl. So another aspect of kind of the application or before you bought the house, the partnering aspect is, I know we offer the educational classes, and I wondered if anything stood out about that experience or that you enjoyed.
Yes. Well, from a male aspect, it was the maintenance part of it.
Okay.
Because Habitat offered a lot of maintenance training, and believe it or not, I've used that training, and I gained a lot of also training from when they were building the house, because I've seen a lot of the things that they done. Wow, Dave, I've learned a lot over the past 15 years that I didn't know before.
So you had the opportunity to volunteer as your house was being built.
Yes, yes. And they encouraged that,
Yeah, absolutely. We still do. Yeah.
And what it did was it helped me become even more comfortable being a homeowner. Because it got rid of some of those fears of being a homeowner. When it comes to being a homeowner, you say to yourself, you're responsible for this home. Well, with everything, with them building it, I got to see how they fixed stuff, how stuff was installed. I mean, it was wonderful.
Yeah.
It was wonderful.
Was that pretty exciting then?
Yes,
Watch
it was.
your house kind of spring up?
Yes, it was. And I had never dug a ditch in my life. I got out there, man, and I'm digging ditches and, helping putting up drywall and all of this, the flooring and all of that, the ceiling lamps. I've even done some electrical on a small level, some electrical, some plumbing, I've done it all since I've been a homeowner.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So take us back, so you've done all the volunteering, you've taken your classes, the house is built. Can you take us back a little bit to that day, the dedication ceremony? I mean, do you remember that day? And
it was telecast.
It was telecast.
It was telecast.
Oh.
All the news stations came.
Oh, wow.
I was interviewed.
Cool.
And I was on television. I loved it. I loved it. It was a wonderful ceremony.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it was a wonderful ceremony.
I know you mentioned, some of your thoughts. Obviously there's excitement.
Yeah.
There's the sense of accomplishment, I'm sure, that, I'm assuming it took at least a year, maybe more than 2
Yes,
years.
it took a year.
A year from when you got accepted in our program to becoming a homeowner. Was there also, like you kind of mentioned with the, the this is mine, I'm responsible. Was there a sense of anxiety too, or just like, what am I getting into, or
A little bit of
Okay.
anxiety.
Yeah.
A little bit of
more,
anxiety.
but more on the other.
Because I was being prepared
Okay.
through the whole process.
Okay. Right.
And it was like we actually stepped into it naturally.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Okay.
That year, during that year, you get your thinking process changes, so to speak. You go from renting to becoming a homeowner.
Okay.
Wow. And so your thinking process changed. I wasn't nervous at all.
Cool.
Yeah,
Cool. Well, that's great to hear.
I was excited,
so,
but not nervous.
Well, that tells me something about what we did to just
Prepare me.
Yeah, just to help you
Yes.
get ready for it. Like you said, is that worked. What we hope to instill in you, and that confidence was helpful. And then also, I think there's something that's empowering in the sense of you're earning it every step of the way.
Every step of the way.
It's just so people know, Carl has a mortgage with us for an affordable interest rate, and for you, I think it was 0% interest rate.
Zero.
Yeah.
That was another wonderful thing about it.
Yeah.
How many people live in homes that's 0% interest?
Correct. Not many.
And we've been in our home for 15 years, so just think, in 5 more years, it's paid off.
Well, and you think about, the richest guy in town can't get a 0% interest rate on a home loan. It just doesn't exist. But it exists within the Habitat family. So, like I said, you earned it every step of the way. You volunteered with us. For you and your wife, you probably did closer to 500 hours of volunteers because it's a 2-person household. You came to our classes. You helped build your own home. So every step of the way, we like to say, it's a hand up, not a handout. It's something that's earned by the family. We give you the opportunity, but you have to really grasp that opportunity and then partner with us before purchasing the house, before gaining that opportunity to purchase it for the 0% interest. So, well, cool. This is all great stuff, Carl. I appreciate it. Now I want to really dig into a little bit of, now you're homeowners. Now you've purchased the home.
Yes.
And the biggest thing I just want to learn a little bit about is, what is that? One, how did that differ from maybe when you were renting, but then also maybe what it's meant to you and your family? I know is it a son and 2 daughters?
No, 3 girls.
3 girls. I'm sorry, 3 girls.
Yes, 3 girls.
So tell me about maybe a little bit about, maybe how your life was different once you moved into the home, if it was different. Or
believe it or not, David, once we moved into the home was it's so affordable even today. It's extremely affordable, and as a result of being a homeowner, believe it or not, I was able to let my wife become a housewife, a stay-at-home mom. And she was able to raise our daughters. And that's one of the things I loved about the program, and that's one of the things I loved about Habitat. My wife, she stayed home. She just recently got a job, maybe 3 years ago, because our youngest daughter, she turned 14, So, my wife was like, I'm ready to get a job, know, and I loved it that. I loved the fact that, even my baby, she's in college right now, because being in that home, it opened up so many opportunities for us as a family, It made it possible for us to grow in ways that we wouldn't have been able to grow any other kind of way.
So can you tell us a little bit as far as the affordability? I mean, you went from renting an apartment, is that correct?
Believe it or not, we rented a DMHA home. And believe it or not, David, our mortgage right now, even after 15 years, is cheaper than what it was when we were renting.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And the other thing I think, and maybe you could speak to this, I mean, as far as one of the things we like to really incorporate into the homes is the energy efficiency, and and as far as maybe some of your bills and things like that.
You know what? Our bills, our DP&L, Vectren, and everything is so cheap because they insulated our home so well, and I loved it. I loved it. We don't even have to turn our heat up high, And with the air conditioning, because the home is so well built and so insulated, our utilities are cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is really powerful what you
It's,
say
it's great.
about then your wife was able to pivot to the stay-at-home mom, which I assume is something that she was
Yeah.
wanted to do or something, a goal of a family, and then the extra attention you were able to give to your kids growing up and the extra support that you gave them. And so you mentioned your youngest daughter's in college now?
She's in college
And
now.
where's she going to school?
She goes to UD.
She goes to Dayton. Okay, cool. And how is she enjoying it?
She's loving it.
Okay.
She's loving it. We were a little nervous, because that's our baby.
Yeah.
But she's doing great. She's doing great. She's loving it.
That's awesome. And the other kids, how
Workaholics.
Workaholics, okay.
Workaholics. They're just like me. Workaholic. Love work.
That's awesome. That's great. What else can you tell? I mean, just as far as the impact maybe it had on your family, or could you imagine yourself without a Habitat home, or what if things didn't fall together with Habitat?
You know what, Dave? I'm gonna tell you right now. Before we joined Habitat, we looked at a lot of houses, and because we had rented so long, I knew what to look for in a house. Okay, I knew what to look for, and a lot of the houses that we looked at, man, Dave, I'm gonna tell you, it's nothing like living in a house with a new roof. Okay.
Yeah.
There's nothing like living in a house with new plumbing. There's nothing like living in a house that's just been built and it makes you worry free. And that's what it did. It made us worry free because we got a new house, a new home. It's not just a house, but it's a home. And it was wonderful. It's been wonderful. I'm gonna tell you something. Even to this day, and it's been 15 years later, I wake up every morning and I look out and say, wow. Even to this day, it has the same effect on me today than it did 15 years ago.
Wow.
Because I have a beautiful home. I have a beautiful home.
That's awesome. That's
Yes.
great to hear that
Yes.
that Habitat had that
Yes.
powerful of an impact on your life, and just to be affiliated with the organization that's done some positive things for
I'm
you.
so
That's pretty cool.
glad we chose Habitat. Yes.
On anything that you've done as far as customizing the home?
Oh man, how much time do we got? 3 minutes. Okay, as they were building the house, right? I watched and I learned. I watched and I learned. I didn't upgrade it on a lot of things, my friend. Believe it or not, I didn't upgrade it on faucet fixtures. I've upgraded on the ceiling fans and everything. I've installed all these things myself.
Oh, that's
now, YouTube helped me a lot.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
YouTube didn't help me a lot too, but even when we had to make some repairs on the home, because I didn't virtually did all the repairs myself.
All right.
Myself. And it hasn't been that many.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it's just been upgrading. Yeah.
Any upgrades coming down the line? There's things that you're thinking about that you want to do to the house?
Yeah. Because I want to put some iron fencing.
Oh.
I got a whole plan, to upgrade my home,
Right.
And I'm even working on some more landscaping with my home.
Wow.
Because and you would love my landscaping too. You would love my landscaping. Yeah. I've become what I call a grassatologist.
Oh, yeah.
I have the best looking lawn in the neighborhood.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm not bragging. Even my neighbors will tell you. I'm not bragging. It's just the truth.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking to do some iron fencing, around the front of the porch and everything like that. And that's my biggest project right there.
Right.
Yeah. I'm thinking about expanding the patio in the back, So yeah, I got a lot of things I got going on.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So we were talking about, you've you bought the house 15 years ago.
Yeah,
and you've been
15 years
paying
ago.
on the mortgage now for 15 years. So you have a 20-year mortgage with us.
20-year. And let me share something with you about that, David. You know, it's initially like 2 mortgages, I think. But as a homeowner with Habitat, if you pay your mortgage on time for 8 straight years, that second mortgage is forgiven.
Absolutely.
Yes. And of course, we pay.
Yep, you got yours forgiven.
Yeah. So see, I mean, Habitat, it offers so many benefits
Right.
to the American people,
Yeah,
you know,
that's great.
to the American people.
What, I mean, have you thought about that day when you finally make your last payment?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And sometimes we think about doubling up on the mortgage payments,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, because like I said, our mortgage even today is cheaper than when we were renting 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As we wrap up here, Carl, anything else you might want to share with our viewers about what Habitat's meant for you?
What it's meant to me and my family. It's changed our way of thinking. It's changed our way of thinking. It caused us to, I would say, upgrade our way of thinking, you know, as a homeowner. I love Habitat. I love Habitat. Even for a while, they used our home for the brochure.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Oh, do you know how that made me feel?
that's great.
Wow, my home, they made my home a picture, a model home, and it is a model home even today.
Yeah,
And so it's made a big impact on me and my family, you know. Us living in our own home, we all have our own bedrooms. Well, it's just my one daughter. We still have one daughter because it's been 15 years that lives at home.
yeah,
Me and my wife love that home.
yeah.
We love that home.
Well, I really appreciate you sharing your story with our viewers here today, Carl. It's so nice that we get to partner with you, and we've played a small part in the success of your family, and continued success for you and your family. And please don't be afraid to update us, and looking forward to hearing
I would
stories.
love to. The 22 minutes, Dave, really wasn't enough.
Well, thanks so much, Carl. We really appreciate it. Coming up next, we're going to show you some great information about our Restore and some of the deals we've got going on during the month of December. Thanks so much, and we'll look for you next month on the Habitat Home Show.
Can you believe it's already December? Neither can we, but Restore is ready. Restore has a large selection of holiday decor like lights, trees, ornaments, wreaths, and more available for sale at significantly reduced prices. Do you have holiday items you no longer use? Instead of having them take up storage space in your home, you can donate them to Restore. In fact, you can donate lots of household items to Restore. Are you planning to remodel your kitchen? Did you recently get your floors done and have extra material? Are you taking advantage of holiday sales and are planning to buy new furniture or appliances? All of those items that you no longer need can be donated to Restore, and sales from your donations help us provide strength, stability, and self-reliance through shelter. Restore gladly accepts appliances, cabinets, doors, flooring, furniture, hardware, and more. Have items you'd like to donate but don't have a way to drop them off? Restore has a truck. Thanks to our friends at the Dayton Power and Light Foundation and the Ohio Environmental Protection Agency, we have a box truck that picks up donations for free 5 days a week. Simply call us at 937-222-2296 to schedule your free pickup today. If you have smaller items to donate, you can always drop them off at Restore while you're there to shop. Restore is located at 115 West Riverview Avenue in Dayton, Ohio, between the Dayton Art Institute and White Island Chevrolet. Parking is easy in our free attached parking lot. Restore is open 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturdays. Be sure to like us on Facebook to find out about inventory, deals, and holiday hours. Thank you for your support for Habitat for Humanity of Greater Dayton by shopping and donating to the Dayton Restore.
First, I want to thank you all for volunteering to help Habitat for Humanity build a house. Your participation means so much. We couldn't do this without you. So, any questions? Come on, don't be shy. No such thing as a silly question, guys.
Donate and purchase from the Habitat Restore. That helps build houses.
No, you don't need to be able to hold a hammer. Anyone else?